Hello there guys and welcome to Star Wars Comics. How are you today? Hope you're having an amazing day because Vader is about to ruin it for you. This was a time when he had to prove himself all over again to his Emperor. This event happened sometime after the destruction of the first Death Star. The rebellion had frustrated the Empire to this point and were eluding capture every time Vader came close. During this time, Vader journeyed back to the graveyard, the place where the planet of Alderaan once existed before it was blown away by the powerful weapon that was the Death Star. Now, Vader had ordered for his Stormtroopers to capture Tag Rogaran. The irony in this is that he was from Alderaan and he was the chief weapons engineer on the first Death Star. You see, in Legends, Rogaran was the one who conceived and built the super laser used by the Death Star. Following the destruction of Alderaan by the Empire, Rogaran felt responsible for what had happened to his home world. After meeting with Princess Leia sometime later, he expressed his regret over his invention. Once Vader learned of what Rogaran's position was, he then ordered for Tag to be captured at once. Shortly thereafter, Stormtroopers brought Rogaran before Lord Vader. However, when Darth Vader commanded the Stormtroopers to leave them alone since he wanted to interrogate the prisoner personally, the Stormtroopers refused. Blasters pointed at Vader. They stated that an Imperial order supersedes this off-the-books action being made by Vader at this time. The prisoner had to arrive to the Imperial Center for questions by any means necessary. Furious by this non-compliance, Vader ignites his lightsaber. Shaking and fearful, the Stormtroopers, knowing full well what was waiting for them, plead to Vader that all of them are on the same side. They both serve the Emperor. Vader responded that he is the only one that serves the Emperor. He proceeds to cut a Stormtrooper in half, slashing him with his lightsaber. Force pushes a Stormtrooper to a supposed death when suddenly, behind him, in desperation, another Stormtrooper grabs Lord Vader by the neck. In a show of sheer strength that his cybernetic limbs gave him, Vader grabbed the Stormtrooper by his head and completely crushed it with his bare hands. Both the helmet and his head were skewed and crushed by the power of Vader's hands. What happens next was, believe it or not, even crazier than Vader crushing someone's head with his hands. There was only one more Stormtrooper left. In a state of despair, the Stormtrooper leaned against the wall and started firing relentlessly towards Vader. Of course, the Sith was immune to this as he deflected everything that the Stormtroopers sent at him. However, one of those blaster bolts hit the hull of the ship, which caused the hole to open up mid-space flight. Now they had to deal with the dangers of the vacuum of space. In a fit of rage, Vader had had enough. He simply extended his hand and used the Force to completely shatter the Stormtrooper's armor and choked him to death without skipping a beat. The Sith Lord quickly sealed the hole and ordered the pilot to maintain course. Immediately, he grabbed the person that he was mostly interested in, the engineer Tag Rogaran. Threatening and pressuring Rogaran to talk, he wanted to know who was Rogaran talking to from the rebels. Tag claimed that she was no one, but Vader insisted to the contrary. It was obvious that Tag Rogaran had given up. The Sith Lord grabbed him by the throat and in the end snapped his neck. I love the comics simply because they expand on the brutality that Vader resorted to get results. The new canon comics are doing a similar thing where there is no limit to Vader's newfound ability to achieve his goals by any means necessary, even death. Have a fun day, my friends, and in closing, don't forget, may the Force be with you always.